Hey everyone, got my mic working, so I guess I'll be speaking while this is happening. Okay, well, welcome back. We're returning to the export procedure after a very long delay, and we're going to show how we've done things. Alright, well, as you can see, Xrian has set up his OB box in the utilities panel. And you'll notice that in that utilities panel there is a W3X setting, and you'll set that and make sure that that little box that you pull around your model is the OB box. Just make sure you've got your items nicely grouped as seen, as directed in the video. Thank you. Take note, the direction of the unit faces when it is in the front and left viewports will ensure that your model is in the correct alignment in the game. Make sure that your model is lined up this way, otherwise your model might come out of the building in the wrong direction or look very awkward and odd. Thank you. As we export each item, you'll see that we save the log file in case we get any errors. You'll notice the first time we exported as a skeleton, and the next time we use the skin export and we use the previous skeleton within the skin. So you can see that we'll select the skeleton, we'll use it as a reference, and we'll look for it and make sure that we select it in our export. Now just make sure that you have been able to see that you got two different W3X files. If you haven't got two different W3X files, then you've done something wrong. You need one SKL, and then you need to export basically about the same stuff as SKN. And you can see as we open up and we have a look at everything that's in here, you'll make sure that those two are there. Now when you drag everything across, you don't necessarily need to drag over the max file, particularly if you're going to share this work with a lot of other people. I don't necessarily recommend you put all your max files in the structure of the mod. Opening the model in Notepad or Notepad++ will enable you to edit the file despite the fact that it was exported by Max. So it's a text file, and the game won't mind that you've edited the text file as long as you don't save it as a text file. Make sure you save it as an all files. Make sure you haven't changed the encoding of the model, and make sure the last name of it stays the same so it continues to work. You'll notice that as we edit this, its art folder reference is removed so that the textures are looked for at the same where the model is. It's very useful, as I said earlier. It really makes it a lot easier to set things up, particularly if you're going to work on a very large mod of any kind of size. So it's definitely some of the more experienced modders may well look at this and take a little bit of a lesson there, and just really help their work come along without taking up too much of their time. Now you'll notice that as we're editing this, we'll then close the file, we'll open up the XML file, and once again we're looking for references to the art. We're going to change that to the robot tank directory, or whatever your unit directory is, and then we're going to look up, and we're going to use the find and replace tool, and we're going to fix up the robot tank skin by replacing Predator SKN with Robot Tank SKN. Now, when you do this, make sure that you take your time, watch the video a few more times. Any questions are more than welcome, but obviously if they're too amateurish in nature, please take in mind that my time is not always that free, and it may take a very long time before I get back to you if I do. So always worthwhile to watch the movie a few times, give it a bit of a crack. If you can't quite manage it, try a few more times, and then start asking other people questions. Don't just expect that one person will answer everything. Anyways, now we are coming into the compiling of the mods section, and you'll notice that we use X3N here is using the official EA tool, and you may well find that using Bibba's Build Mod Studio may well be a better option. I highly recommend it. It's a lot quicker, it makes your skull def file, and it's just generally a lot prettier with the interface. That said, either method works. Now you'll notice as the game opens up here, alright, and you watch the game as it's producing, and you can see that the tank is coming out, and as it fires its shots, you'll notice that the explosion from the barrel is a lot shorter than on the Predator tank, and that is because our box is very small. If we were to make that box larger, and I recommend you make several models, make one where it's larger, make one where it's smaller, make one where it's really, really, really long, and you'll notice all the different things you can do. Please, once you make this item, don't just leave